Hello everyone, in this video we will practice declaring the strings, play around the primitive data types, especially booleans. We'll have a look at the operands, but before we start, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want more programming videos. First of all, I want to say that in this lesson we are not going to talk about the other data types such as arrays, classes and interfaces, because from the beginning I used to think that I will do it in the second part of the reference data types, but now I recognize that actually this is the bigger and the more advanced topic, so I split it to separate videos. So let's declare our first string variable, and as always we have to start with a keyword or declare the data type we will use. So in our case it will be string, then we will give it some name, so let's make it first name and assign it with value. So as you can see, this is the very similar to declaring the primitive data type. So we start with the data type, then give it name, and then assign it with the value. If you watched my previous video, you could remember this type of declaration string with a new string and the value. So the string is the sequence of characters which goes between the double quotes. So you can see we have the double quotes in the both case and the value inside. So what's the difference between those two? The both are reference data types and the object itself is stored in the heap memory. So why should we use the simpler example over the declaring new string? So when we declare the string in the first way as our first name variable, it goes in the place called string constant pool, which is actually the part of heap memory. When we declare this in the second way or as our last name variable, it goes directly to heap and outside the pool, which we use in the first example. So what does it mean for us? For us it means that declaring the string as a first example is better because we use in the string constant pool. String constant pool actually handle for us unique values. So if we will declare the string A John and string B John, string C John, and so on and so forth, all those strings will refer to only one John object created in the first name. So actually the string constant pool work with the unique values, but when we declare the string this way, we are all the time declaring the new object. So we are taking the new memory cells, and this is probably the main difference between those two, as also this is more readable than this, more simplifier, so it's preferred to use actually the first option over second. There are also other pros of using the constant pool, but they are more complicated to understand right now. We will touch it in the future, but for now it's just okay to understand that the both strings goes to the heap memory, and the simplifier declaration goes to something called constant pool, which handle unique values for us. In the same way as we print in the primitive data types, we also print our strings. So let's just check it, and you can see that John is printed. We can make it more funny and also write the string directly in our print method. So we will do hello, then give plus first name and plus last name, and let's check if it works. Hello John Wilson. So you can see that the John Wilson printed without the white space, because this method not handle the white spaces for us. So we have to do something like white space, and now it will work fine. Another important thing to remember that string can handle null values. So we can declare the string this way, and this will have the value of null. And as a string is a sequence of characters, it means that it can handle any text, and important to remember that string, let me just clear all of this, that string must start with the double quotes. So we can store also just one character or no characters or white space. So whatever goes between the double quotes will be valid. So we can just have one character, as well as we can have the character in the char or primitive data type, but here it goes with the just a single quotes. There are many interesting methods on the strings and the facts about using strings, but we will discuss it later in the more advanced part of the course. And for now I would like just to close the general reference data types topic, and the rest of reference data types, as I promised, I'll split into separate videos to get deeper understanding of such important components of the programming. For now, if you have any questions, drop me a message. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.